So guys, how you doing? We are back out fishing and we are back on the beach. No creek today. We are actually out at Shoreham. Are we at Shoreham? Yeah, we're at Shoreham. I've never been here before. I've come with Dan the Dangler, and we're down at Shoreham and we're on a Plaice hunt during the day. We've taken a day off work to come down. It looks like we've got some pretty dark clouds coming over, so we might get a shower or two. But I've got here, I didn't mess about with the camera straight away. I've got the house up and I've got 2 rods out. There's a bit of coloured water. It looks like it's clearing out, to be fair, but it was quite chocolatey for about 100 yards. It just about got beyond with 2 rods, but now it looks like it's clearing out a little bit. But yeah, we're on a hunt for Plaice. I think we're in the right spot because just down to my left we've got none other than Jem Stapleton and Wayne Hand from the Shore Hunter. So if they're here, then you know, it's a good chance that they know something we don't know. So so fingers crossed. Yeah, the rods are out. First ones that I've put wishbones out on the Bagnall bar, so I can put them out a bit further. 6-ounce grippers. There is a little bit of turbulence going on out there, so I don't really want to be using plain leads at the moment. But we can assess that as we go on. But at the moment out there, 6-ounce grippers, wishbones on the Bagnall bar, size 2 hooks with ragworm and lugworm cocktails on the hooks. So yeah, I'll let you know if anything happens. Keep it crossed for me. So it's a bit windy today. Hopefully it's not too bad on the microphone, but as you can see it's an absolutely gorgeous day apart from the bit of breeze that we've got. I've wound in 2 rods now and I didn't have anything on them. The baits were pretty much untouched, so I've got them back out with fresh baits on. I did have one that had ragworm and lugworm cocktails and the other one just had straight lugworm, and I say they both come in pretty much untouched. So I'm back out again with 2 fresh rigs, fresh baits. The water's clearing all the time as we speak. It's just getting clearer and clearer out there. When we got here there was a pronounced dirty grey mark, which was at about 100 yards, so you had to punch it a little bit into this wind to get it beyond, and that's why it was a bit of a tricky cast. But now it seems to be clearing out. I can see, well, I can't see the dirty line now. There's a little bit of murkiness up to about 50 yards, but after that it seems to be pretty clear. So fingers crossed we can make it happen. So I'm hoping the wind isn't too much of an issue. You can see the rods behind me. The bow in the line is blowing in the wind. And it's causing... I'm a bit out of breath because I've been casting and running backwards and forwards up and down the beach. And it's hard work. But you can see the rods behind me. They are bouncing a little bit in the wind. That's because I've got such a bow in the line. The wind's blowing it and it's just making the rods knock a little bit. But yeah, fingers crossed. It's still early in the tide. We're at the right spot. The water's clearing out and conditions look pretty good, so hopefully we can get one on the bank. I just want to catch one Plaice. If I can catch one Plaice today I'll be happy. That's about as much as we can expect. So wish me luck, fingers crossed. So it's a little bit quiet at the moment. Hopefully they'll turn up soon. In the meantime, while we're waiting, I did go fishing last week up at Milford. And had a little go for the rays. It wasn't a most blistering session I've ever had, but it was enjoyable. And I didn't get enough footage for a whole video, but I did get a few clips. So watch those clips now, and then after that I'll bring you back, and then hopefully we'll have had a Plaice spot then. that's the first rod out. It's got a 5-ounce gripless gripper on there, and it seems to be holding away, but it's not out very far. It's probably about 40-45 yards, with that 3-hook flapper on, with half a sandy and a little bit of squid on each hook. This one's going to be a pennel on a bagnor bar. Try and get this one a little bit further if I can. What a fabulous day. I won't show you the sunshine because it will just blind you, but it's gorgeous, lovely blue sky. It's like a summer's day. There are a couple of anglers just to my right, but there's plenty of deep. And I've got a friend of mine coming down to fish with me shortly, probably be here in the next half an hour, I would have thought. Mr. Bagnor will be telling me off. Always stretch your snooze. So there we go, lovely little small-eyed ray on the distance rod, single sand eel. They've got tiny little mouths, to be fair. Absolutely stunning fish, couldn't be happier. Fantastic, little female, small-eyed ray. I've got the rod back out, I'm just going to wind the 3-hook flapper in and freshen up the baits on that one, but yeah, fantastic, target achieved. Happy days. So it's looking a bit slow for me at the moment. Having said that, Dan's pulled one in, he's at a small place, and Jem's just pulled one in as well. So they're out there. Just not happening to my rods at the moment. The tide's really picking up as well. Wayne was just having a chat with Wayne, lovely bloke as well. What a lovely bloke Wayne is. Just come over and had a nice chat with us. Really spot on bloke. Even wanted to know if we wanted anything at the shop because he's going up to get some snacks. Yeah, cracking fella. And he said yesterday the water was clearer and they had quite a few fish. Today it's quite coloured and a bit choppy, so that's the difference, I think. But we're going to keep persevering because they're there. Just going to bait up. We're going to put half a lugworm on one prong, and then a piece of ragworm on the other prong. Makes a lovely juicy bait. The ragworm makes it juicy and the lugworm makes it a bit tough. Some fine elastic. to bind those together. We're just talking, me and Dan, about these baiting needles. What I've got to do is I've got to bind the two worms together on the double prong, then slide it off, slide the single prong through, because that's got a hole in the end, and then I can put it onto the hook. What you really need is these double prong ones to have a hole in the end so I can slide it onto the hook. In an ideal world. But no fish in my bucket at the moment. I might try at some point, if it clears out, it's still quite murky out there, I might try a little 3/0 flapper in close. So that's that on there. Slide that onto one of my size 2s. Finding myself swapping my glasses out. I've got my sunglasses on because it's quite a bright day. I do suffer with my eyes. And my seeing glasses to see stuff up close. Right, let's get another bit of ragworm. I usually get upset when I pull it and the tail pops off, but that's what I want. I want a bit of tail. So we're just using sections. Put that on the wrong needle, eh? Yeah, it seems by reports we've turned up a day or two late, unfortunately. But we're going to make the best of it. We're here now. Fish are coming out. So we just keep going. Ragworm and lugworm sausage. I did try one cast with just lugworm on. And at the moment the tips are really bent over because of the tide run. Okay, slide that round up to the stop knot. Only thing with ragworm, especially when you're cutting the heads off and binding them with elastic, you get real loads of juice all over your fingers. It's horrible. Right, unclip that one that just came out. Clip on that bagnell bar. Reset the grippers. And I can get that one out. Happy days. So that rod's out now, and now I can bait this rig up and then get that other rod in and keep rotating them. But Dan the man has just caught another one, so he's going great guns. They're small Plaice, but they're Plaice. That's what we come down for. I don't care how big they are. If I can come down here today and catch a Plaice, I've done what I set out to do. It was worthwhile taking time off work to come down here and have a lovely session out with my friend. And I've just cut straight through my wishbone. I've come to the realisation that I'm not very good. Gem's had 2 now. It looks like she's been throwing a 3/0 flapper out, not very far, about 40 or 50 yards. And out at range, getting a lot of tide pull. 6-ounce grippers are just all the way around. Dan's had 2 as well, 2 small Plaice. They're small Plaice down here, and Wayne was saying they had a load up here yesterday and they're all fairly small. But it's catching Plaice, that's what we're coming down here to do. It doesn't really matter how big they are, to be fair. But I'm not catching them. So what I've done is I've just put a 3/0 flapper out. about 40 or 50 yards. Just on a plain lead so it can bounce around a little bit. Just to try something different because my wishbone out at range isn't working. Or at least it hasn't up to now. The tide's well on the flood. Yeah, I've resorted to eating snacks. You know the session's going a bit slow when you start eating snacks. Got some Boost bars, I've got a chicken and sweet corn slice. And Mr. Dangles has come to say hello. And he's eating his chicken and mushroom slice. I might have to tuck into mine in a minute. Is it nearly lunchtime or are you just hungry?
12:30.
Half 12 it is lunchtime, so I'll eat mine in a minute. So I'll probably eat a slice, get that right hand rod in, one that's out of range and is dragging round in the tide, and maybe drop that one in a little bit closer. But we keep trying, we persevere. And there we go, we've beaten the blank. Got an absolutely superb place for 37 centimetres. I'm so happy with that. I'm sitting here watching other people catch, thinking, ooh, I wonder if I'm going to catch. And I've gone and caught a slightly better one. So, really pleased with that. It's a good eating size, it's fat, plenty of meat on it, but I'm not one for that, so I'm going to get her back in the sea and let her swim off. Managed to get the hook out really, really nicely, so there's no damage or anything there. So yeah, chuffed to bits with her. She is absolutely stunning. She's good enough to eat, but I'm going to put her back. Well, that takes the pressure off, let me tell you. It's pretty rough down here today, it's really overcast. After a few days of really nice weather, I think we've got the short straw today. But it's absolutely wonderful to come out. Dan met me at my house this morning. We travelled up in one car. We had about an hour and a quarter journey. Stopped for some McDonald's on the way. Stopped at a little shop around the corner to get some snacks. Got down the beach, doing a bit of fishing together. It's lovely having a boys' day out. Bit of a road trip. Fantastic. And we both caught some fish. He's had two, I've had one. And it's amazing. Still quite a bit of colour out there, so I'm having to cast quite a long way to get it beyond the coloured water and into the hopefully clearer water. And after quite a few casts, persistence has paid off for me, and we've actually caught one now. Lovely fish, lovely 37 centimetre plaice. I haven't caught a plaice for a number of years, so it was lovely to catch that fish. And a good one as well. Probably eating size, decent bit of meat on it. It was fairly fat as well, probably a couple of pounds. But I do enjoy watching them swim away. I'm a sucker for that. I think it's the carp fishing that's done it to me over the years. Just looking after my quarry and making sure they go back okay. I tend to do it with all fish these days. But yeah, happy days, really chuffed. What am I going to do now? I did put a flapper out just now, close in, just because the distance rods weren't working, and then I go and catch one on the distance rod. So I've just got two distance rods out now, and I'm probably going to make the third one up and keep that flapper rig as a backup just in case I need to try something different. But yeah, it's going great guns so far, having a lovely day out on the beach with Dangler. So happy days, bring you back if we catch anything else. Quiet for me and Dan. Dan's still on 2, I'm still on 1. I'm religiously putting them out. The dark patch, the dirty water, seems to be a lot closer now, and it's a lot clearer, sort of from 50 yards onwards. So I'm still putting them out there a fair way. Still fishing with my wishbone. There's the wishbone that I'm fishing. And I've got a few little beads on there, size 2s, ragworm and lugworm whipped together, and that's on about 3 foot, and then I've got a bagnall bar there, so the 2 little wishbone hooks go in there, the swivel that I've got the wishbone sliding on is actually a cascade swivel, so I can have that clip into the swivel at the top of the bagger bar and have that all nice and small and streamlined to give me a bit of extra distance, because to be fair, I'm trying to cast at range into quite a fairly strong headwind, and it's tough going, it's hard, but we're managing it and keep persevering. Going to give it another couple of hours, keep them fresh baits going out there, and hopefully another fish comes along. But the plan at the beginning of the day was to have a good day out with my friend and to see if I could catch a plaice, and we've done that, so mission accomplished. So happy days. Much smaller fish this time, but we have caught our second plaice of the trip. It took a while, but we have a little bit of perfection in miniature right now. Lovely little thing. He has taken the hook down a little bit, so I'm going to use the old disgorger trick and see if I can get it out through the back of his gills. Fantastic. And there he is, guys. I've just unhooked him, going in through the gills, reversing the hook and then pulling it out, and as you can see there's no blood there. He's absolutely fine. Go and slip him back and grow into a bigger one. So a slow old day, but a wonderful day out, and we're getting close to the end now. With that little plaice, we've had 2 apiece now, and on the way up, if you'd have said you're going plaice fishing and you're going to catch 2 plaice, I'd have bit your hand off. So that's a proper result. I'm really happy with that. Probably the last 2 rods out now. Just putting away the bits of rigs that I've got lying around, just putting them away now, just starting to have a little bit of a tidy up, so when it comes to having a pack down it doesn't take so long. It's about 3:15 now, I believe. No, it's not 3:15, it's 3 o'clock. I don't know where I got that from. It's 3 o'clock, it's like 10 to 3. I think if I fish them out for about another 20-25 minutes, get packed down for about 3:30, then that gets us back hopefully before too much of the rush hour, because travelling from Shoreham, well practically Brighton, back to Portsmouth on the motorway can be a little bit touch and go with the old traffic. There was a bit, because we left at rush hour this morning, everyone was going to work, we did get caught up in a bit of traffic, and it'll be the same going back the other way, and I'm quite keen to get back and have a bit of tea. I've got plenty of ragworm left. Dan managed to source a lovely pound of ragworm from his mate George, and there's a good bit of worm left. Lovely stuff. So I don't know, I might think about, it depends how tired I am, I might do a bit of a nocturnal one tonight. So high tide's going to be about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I might be able to go and have a little fish to flood somewhere for bass. Somewhere locally, possibly, but that'll be in another video. I'm just thinking out loud now. So boys and girls, from sunny Shoreham, this is goodbye. It's been a lovely session. It's been very slow on the fishing front, but then that is not plaice conditions out there. It's blown up, it's been quite rough to be fair, the water's been coloured and it's been hard going. Even Wayne and Jem, who have done all right over the last couple of days, have been down here today and they've struggled. Me and Dan have had a couple each, so happy with that. I'll take that, more than happy to catch a couple of fish apiece, and have a boys' day out. As I've said before, you know, it's been a great all-round day, and we've still got a journey home to do yet, and have a little bit of banter on the way, stick some tunes on and that, so that'll be fun. Yeah, just about packed down now. I've got the rods and everything away. Got to get the tripod down, put the shelter down, and then hit the road. So hopefully we won't hit too much traffic, because it will be sort of 3:30 when we're on our way back. But thanks so much for watching this video. Don't know what to do next. I've got some ragworm left, so I'm going to try and find an opportunity to go out and use that. In the meantime, you guys look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.